And I wasn't speaking good English either. They weren't speaking, I wasn't speaking. And yeah, we learned English at school, but to speak like that, it was another thing. And um, we started going to English school. No, I was excited. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was so happy. Like, oh, I am in America. Even I didn't want to go to America, but I was happy because for me it was a new beginning. Then start the first. Then start that situation of racism. We were all good, the girl, white, Asian, me, and then that black friend, very close to me, starts saying that, don't talk to them, they are racist. Just like that. And I say, why? Why do you say that? I saw them. I saw them. You know what I said yesterday in my other video? I say that black people are very suspicious for everything. It means that even if a white person make a joke, they will take it out of proportion sometimes. The girls were probably laughing together for maybe stupid reason, and that maybe they were working ahead and they just thought. I didn't see anything. I didn't see any problem on that. But that black girl told me they were racist. And the moment I heard the word, the laughter we were sharing together in the host family were gone. Automatically, I saw them as enemy without any proof or whatsoever, because she used the word racist. No proof or whatsoever, I believe her. So I started to keep distance with them for no reason, because the friends say they were racist. We entered the school, and then we were going to the school to learn English. And one of the girls was in the same classroom with me in the afternoon. No, in the morning too, I think. No, in the afternoon. It depends. We have how many classes? I don't remember. We have different teachers. We have 2 classes together, and another class that I was on my own, and so on. So we will be sitting in the lounge, of the school, and that black friend of mine, very close to me, told me that the teacher in the school were racist. Just like that. Imagine the shock. This word is shocking. It can really. And I was like, they're all racist? She said yes. I saw one of the teachers was cleaning the door. When I saw a black student open the door, the white teacher came and she cleaned the door. I said, you saw it? She said, yes, I saw it. I said, which teacher did that? She pointed me the teacher, according to her, who did it. Now I was shocked. So for some reason, I was observing that teacher from afar. Because of course, if she says something like that, maybe it was true. But I observed that teacher, I didn't see, and at that moment, I think I was somewhere on the hall, and there was a black student who opened the door, who left. And then the door closed, so that white teacher came, she opened the door, and I was expecting to see her cleaning the door, or the knob, She didn't. And I didn't understand, but still in my head, she had already spread this bad rumor. Imagine what it was. So in the meantime, back home, because we were all students, some of us were going to that school and others from, I was convinced that the 2 girls were racist because she told me that. And I started keeping distance with them in the kitchen. Sometimes when we would be asking questions, I would be, I would be like kind of rude, like, I don't want to talk to you because you're racist, with no proof. And I remember one of the girls, the one who was Asian, was complaining about her difficulty with the accent, when she had difficulty speaking the English, because you know that these countries, I mean, in Asia, I think, I don't know all of them, but like for example, Chinese, Japanese, for example, I think Korean too, they have signs. They don't write like, they don't have the word like us, you know, the structure, the alphabet. They have the scripture, I mean, their words are signs. So it makes sense that it can be, it's really, I mean, I admire them so much because it's really challenging to learn a language that has different, I mean, alphabet. You know what I mean? That different signs and, you know, and learn English too, you know. So she was complaining about that, and I heard that she was talking about her friend, like, I had problem with my accent and so on. I heard it like just like that. And then I was hurt because I found that they were racist toward me without even proof. So one of the girls, the European girl, she came to me, she said, oh, we were in the metro, and then we came out of the metro and we were walking to go to the school, the English school. And then she told me, oh, I know you speak French. I like a song because my parents were migrant. They migrated to France. They lived there for a few years, and they like French music. My father likes French music. Do you know that song? It's an old song. When she sang it, I mean, it just refreshed me, and I started singing with her. But she couldn't because she couldn't speak French. So I was singing the song. She said, "Oh, you know the song?" And then my friend said, "She's racist. Like, stop talking to her." You know, something like that. And I remember, I said, "No, I don't know the song anymore. I'm sorry." And then I left. You know. Yeah, I was kind of, you will say that I was kind of, because it's a word that is so easy to make people all over the place. And I realized it later when God really freed me from that. And then for some reason in the classroom that afternoon, because we have different teacher, we have a teacher, you know, he asked us to read a text and then to explain the text in English. Each student, I believe he picked like 3 or 4 students that afternoon to take the text and read, and then explain the text. So that girl, she was nice, but hey, God forgive me. So she started talking. Okay, he asked her, "Can you go in front and explain to us what she understood about the text?" Which she did. And me, I was sitting here, and I remember what she said. She said that she had a hard time with her accent. So because I was so angry, for some reason, you know, the Bible says anger makes you a fool. Anger makes you a fool. So because of the situation that my friend told me that they were racist without any proof whatsoever, I was looking to hurt her feeling in a way. And then she was talking. And then when she finished, the teacher, people were he said, "Oh, very good, you did a good job, you did your best," because the goal was to encourage each other, because we were all foreigners speaking foreign languages. And then he said, "Everybody understood what she said?" "Yes," and so on. And I was the only one who said, "Nope, I didn't understand what she said." I mean, he was surprised I say that. I said, "I don't understand what she said." He told me, "Why? You didn't understand what?" I say, she has issue with her accent, and her accent made the situation difficult to understand what she said. When I say that, I saw the girl was about to cry because I could see that she started to have tears, and my mind was like, I hurt her. Yeah, she deserves it because she's racist. You see the mind? And what is very special is because I had one of my classmates, a black guy, who was so relaxed. I mean, this guy has no time for racism. He will talk to everybody. He was from my country. He will be friends with everybody, Arab, white, Asian. He will have fun. He will have fun with everybody. He was so relaxed. He had no issue with that because actually he lived in England for a long time. and most of his friends were white. So he never have any issue on that. So I have the complete opposite next to me. And I have my other friend who was always looking at people who were racist. Then she told me another teacher was racist too. I say, another one? She said, yeah. No, I'm serious. It's not a joke. So I start now living in fear. So one day, I woke up with fear of white people, just like that. I can't explain. I'm telling you, I cannot explain where it was coming from. But the Bible says that faith comes from what you read or hear. I was hearing the word racism almost every time from that friend. Every time. So one day I woke up just like that. I start to be scared, fear of white people. So when I went to take the bus, that fear really caught me like that. I didn't want to enter the bus. So I had to go to school, because in America, when you have the English, the student visa, you have to be in school. Okay, I couldn't escape. I had to go. I couldn't miss the classes. And I'm telling you, the student visa was horrible. Anyway, it was the nightmare of my life in America. So after that, you take the metro. You know, it's Washington, D.C. To enter the metro, when I saw white people inside, my heart start beating. I start to be afraid. Oh my God, maybe they're gonna hurt me. Maybe just like that. I'm telling you, this world is extremely toxic and poisonous. And you know, God didn't create us to be like that. I start to be, when I saw them, if one would just look at me accidentally, not just, you know, people can just look, I would be scared. Oh my God, these racist people, they're gonna kill me. How am I going to live in America? How can I live in America? Look, white people are racist. Just like that. Because of that friend. And she, on the other hand, was comfortable. She was comfortable, living her best life. While me, she poisoned me. Opened the door of the school. The teacher, I was scared now. I didn't know what to do. And God showed me that, but look, your other classmate, the black, the black guy who who lived in England. He was from my country. Look how he just lived his life. The last straw, I mean, that girl, the Asian girl who was very nice, I won't say her name, and her country. When that happened, she couldn't believe I went too far, because when you live in the same host family, there is a type of closeness that you know. But what I did was like to humiliate her, obviously. So and I was happy about that. No regret, because I said she's racist. She deserves it. What? So after that, I think my sister called me. I know she was broken. My sister called me. And my sister talked to me. She told me, because she knew my sister. And she talked she saw my sister, and my sister told me, you know, she said her name, was crying. She was crying? She said, yes, she was really crying. And I say, why? And my friend I think she was here. And she was laughing. She was crying, And me, I was like, yeah, why she cried? Because I wanted to play, the innocent for my sister, my older sister, of course. And my older sister told me something that moved me so much. And she said, you know, life is, Leticia, there are things that we need to be above. You know, there are situations that we don't need to enter in. And then she talked to me, and she told me, everybody, there are people who are good in every race, there are people who are bad in every race. And then we talked about, I don't know what she was talking to me. And then at some point she told me, she was crying. And she told me, the girl told her, to my sister, my older sister, that my parents never raised me to be a racist. When she said that, my dear, I start crying because it reminds me of how my parents raised me. My parents never used the word racist in my home. My parents they never raised me to really care about that. And all of a sudden, it reminds me of my family and my values, my family values. But she was from another race, from another country. And then at that moment, I realized that we can be from different countries and have the same values, the same moral or family values. You know, when she said that, my other friend was laughing, but me, I said, you know what? I will go to apologize to her for what I did. And my sister said, I really encourage you to do that. I left, I went to her bedroom, I knocked at the door, I apologized to her. I told her, I'm sorry for what I did in the classroom. That's not me. I'm so sorry. And we start talking together again, we start laughing together again. And my friend, of course, wasn't happy about that. Even when because students, they go back home, those who went back home, we stay, because she came from a period of time. And then when we left each other, you know, I hugged her, and that was a month after. I hugged her. No, that was weeks after. I hugged her, and I told her again, I'm sorry for what happened between us. My friend was convinced that she'd say, I'm not gonna hug her. She's a racist. The last straw happened in the school with a teacher and a friend I met again, a girl from Spain, a very nice girl. We were talking together because she wants to also practice French, and me, I want to practice my Spanish. And we're talking together. The girl, she bought strawberries for Shang-Chi and me. And she didn't include my friend because, of course, she didn't know her. Like, the girl bought the strawberries. And I told her, look, I'm coming. I'm going to use the ladies and we come back. By the time I left, I walked in the hall to go back to the classroom. I crossed my close friend, the black girl. She told me, you know that friend that you have been talking to for a month now? She's a racist. I said, what happened? She told me she refused that I even take one strawberry. Without thinking, without common sense, without rational thought. When I went back in the classroom, the girl was so happy. She said, I got you some strawberries so we can talk together and eat some strawberries and talk together. You know what I told her? I told her, I don't want to have your strawberries. You are racist. We cut friendship like that. Later, I regret, because the last straw happened because the girl, my friend, that black girl, she now accused another teacher, and it went very far that time. We were in the classroom. She was in her classroom. I went to visit her during the break, and then she was like talking alone, like she wasn't happy about something. I said, what's wrong? And she told me, the teacher is racist. I said, what happened again? And she told me, oh no, when she teach, she doesn't look at me. I said, what does that mean? And then I say, okay, let's talk about it, because this is serious now. It becomes very toxic to me. And I asked her, when you say she's racist, what happened? She told me, when she teach, she ignore me in the classroom. And I asked her, because the classroom had a shape, I asked her, when the teacher teaches, where are you sitting in the classroom? Because I need to know. It's a small class. She said, yeah, I am on her right. So you are on this side? She said, yeah. So I told her maybe she focused on where there are more students in front of her, because when you present, when you teach, when you speak, I guess you likely focus more on students in front, and sometimes you can look left and right. So it doesn't necessarily mean that she's racist. Yes, she is. I said, you have no proof. Maybe she's married to a black man. Maybe kids were, I don't know. No. She told me, I will put her in trouble. I said, what do you mean? I'm telling you, she went straight to the director of the school, the people in charge of the school, the director, the principal, the director, the founder, or the principal of the school. She went straight. I said, don't do that. I said, do not do that. You can talk to the teacher. She went there. In a country where the word racism, the word racist can put you in trouble, can get you to justice room, you play with that if you don't have proof. And that's the problem of this situation. It's just because you feel like, I feel like she's racist. I feel like. This is the danger of this word. And then she left. She didn't listen to me. I followed her. I said, don't do that. You can put this teacher in trouble. She went there. That was the last straw for me. She talked to the principal or the people in charge of the school. I saw, because it's glass, glass door, you can see everything. I saw how shocked the lady was on the white people. She was shocked. That moment when the girl left the office, the founder, the principal, made a urgent meeting on this right like that. She came back, she said, I think that teacher will get in trouble. And I say, are you sure about what you taught there? She said, oh, I felt like. That's where, that word and the fear, I was living around with fear. At some point, the fear started to leave me. But when I saw what she did, it was the last straw. And then she had a comment on white women precisely. That's when I say, no, it's something else. So at some point we part away, and the fear of white people left me, and I start to be normal like before. That's why I say this word, I will not use this word around me. Someone who talks about racism every time, day and night, can be dangerous and poisonous to me. I truly believe that everybody, even in family, people have their personality. There are people in every race. There are good people, there are bad people. There are good people who are white, there are bad people who are white. There are black people, there are black people who are bad, there are black people who are good. But in my case, to be very honest, my own experience, I don't say that it's not true. There are white racists, and I can tell you they are, but I've never met them. Thanks God. Because most of the people who have been good to me in America were white. Confusion. Thank you for watching.